Welcome back to the Dinnerplate. Y'all ready for the Shine Report?
Alright, here we go.
It's time for Scandals, Lies, and Justice. Only on the Shine Report. And remember, stay ready.
Oh, this is so fun.
So you don't have to get ready.
And we're back, everybody. And it's time for the Shine Report. I have an update tonight on the man charged in Takeoff's murder. He was granted $5,000 by a judge to hire a private investigator to aid in his defense. So it says Patrick Xavier Clark, he's 33. He was arrested on December 1st and charged with murder. And they're saying that he is the shooter. Clark filed a motion Monday in Harris County asking the judge for funds to hire a private investigator. In the filing, his lawyer said that he is indigent and his family has exhausted all finances to pay for his attorney, who has agreed to a substantially reduced rate.
Hit the bell.
The filing argued that hiring a private investigator is necessary to properly investigate his case and effectively prepare for trial. The filing said Clark found a private investigator's office willing to work at a reduced rate of $85 per hour. Ooh, look, what's going on?
Hit the bell.
C-Dot, wake up. $85 an hour. The court granted the motion, setting a cap of $5,000 for the investigative fees and expenses.
Who's gonna pay for that?
The court is. The court granted the motion.
So they can pay for our private investigator, but you got people in jail right now that need public defenders. They won't even pay for that. But that's another day, another time.
B sounds. The state does pay for public defenders.
But shout out, do you know how many people that's in jail right now that don't have a public defender? You know what I'm saying? That's sad.
B sounds. What are you talking? Okay, we just going.
I just want to know what that word indigent means.
That means he doesn't have any money.
Indigent?
That means he's broke.
For real, I ain't never heard that.
Google it. Yeah, he don't have no money. So, and
I'm gonna see somebody on the street. You know, look, indigent.
All right, y'all.
Go sit over there looking at the indigent list.
We're gonna talk about one of my favorite people, Psych, R. Kelly.
Oh! I believe I could fly.
It says the new R. Kelly album, I Admit It, is bootleg. It's not an official release, says the Sony rep. He
about to be indigent.
A new official appearing it was official appearing looking R. Kelly collection, provocatively titled I Admit, appeared on streaming services including Spotify and Apple Music on Friday. Although reps for Sony Music, which owns the rights to much of the singer's catalog, stressed to Variety magazine that the album is an unofficial release, i.e. bootleg, and did not come from them, even though the copyright line on the album reads Legacy Records, which is Sony's music catalog division.
It's provocative. No, it's not. It keeps people going. I heard the word. You said provocative.
Yeah. So, as someone who is a survivor of sexual assault, I do not condone anything that R. Kelly puts out. And as someone who saw the original video about 15 or 17, almost 20 years ago of him urinating on the 14-year-old.
Was it him, though?
I don't entertain anything that R. Kelly does.
And
I will say that I personally went through my Facebook page. Anyone who promoted that R. Kelly album on their page said that they listened to it or even asked them. I took you out. I said goodbye. I don't have time for your ignorance today.
What if a DJ plays down low?
I might kick him down low.
For real?
Hold on, let's get the facts real quick. Because Friday morning in the AM, he snuck the album out. And it was gone off all the streaming sites by Friday noon.
First of all, he didn't sneak a damn thing. He ain't got no access to nothing.
Okay, I admit it.
You admit it?
I admit it.
He admitted. He admitted. And as my people on Facebook like to say, instead of saying mind you, they say remind you. So remind you, R. Kelly was convicted of 3 counts of producing child pornography and 3 counts of enticing a minor to engage in sexual activity. Each count of producing child pornography carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years in federal prison and a maximum of 20 years. And he was convicted and he was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
How do y'all feel like somebody in this camp like snuck that video out or something? Or y'all think he had something to do with it? Because now they saying he didn't have nothing to do with it.
I think he definitely had something to do with it, knowing him.
The charges overturned? He's going to appeal, right?
What you talking about?
R. Kelly CD.
Oh yeah.
I mean his fake new CD that was not.
It leaked though.
Yeah.
It's a leak, right?
Yeah. Sony is saying that it's bootleg. They don't have any. They didn't leak it.
Yeah.
I personally, my opinion is that R. Kelly. I feel like somebody in R. Kelly's camp.
Let me tell y'all this.
Because they played the whole album.
Yo
I should do what?
Stop following the Shade Room.
I don't follow the Shade Room.
Yo Gotti said this back in the day. Jay-Z said this at a award show. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. If they would have released that CD, right, and that joint would have been like trillions of numbers, Sony would have claimed that joint. But it didn't. You know, when people got the backlash, that's what Sony said. Oh, we had a rep.
Well, even if
we had nothing to do with it.
Even if it had a million and gazillion streams, Sony would have still denied it.
Yeah, because
they would have took that money though.
They got to make sure they get their royalties.
They would have. They would
There was
have.
no paperwork done as far as the splits.
That's
so
what I'm
that's
saying.
why they're.
That's what I'm saying. How did it even get on stream services?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So now I want to call out all of my fake political commentators on Facebook who are mad at Brit. First of all, it was free Brittany Griner.
What about that?
It was free.
Free the real BG.
It was free Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Free the real BG.
Ever since February 2022, it was free Brittany Griner for being locked up in Russia over some supposed or alleged cannabis cartridges in her suitcase.
They say that she cut her hair.
She plays in the WNBA during the regular American basketball season, and she plays in Russia during the off season.
Right.
So, all of my black people, you all said free Brittany Griner, free Brittany Griner, free Brittany Griner. That's what you said.
Right.
Then when they freed her for a Russian
Merchant of death
who's been locked up since 2008
for war crimes against America.
Now, y'all said that was not a good trade and yada yada yada. The people who said that this is a terrible trade, most of them don't even know where Russia is on a map. They jumped on a bandwagon.
That's messed up.
They jumped on.
They probably still call Russia the Soviet Union.
They don't even know what that is.
They don't know
what that is.
Oh, the USSR.
They don't know that either. No, they don't know that
That was
either.
on Street Fighter. What you talking about? You guys
So my thing is, how dare you black people fuss about Brittany Griner being released?
Why'd you cut her hair? She said her hair was freezing.
For a merchant of death. First of all, that merchant of death man, he don't live in your neighborhood. He doesn't shop at your grocery stores, your Walmart, your none of that. You will never see him in your life. The real merchants of death are right here homegrown.
Who are they, Shy?
White men and white boys who shoot up elementary schools, grocery stores, Walmarts, the parking lot, a parade, a this or that, a concert. Those are your merchants of death, black people. So if you have a problem because you somehow read some Republican tagline and then you ran with it as if you knew what you were talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. So if you have a problem with merchants of death, you need to look at your local merchants of death who are on the news, domestic terrorists. Not anybody from the Taliban, not a Muslim, not anybody from Islam, not anybody from any foreign country. Homegrown merchants of death right here in your own neighborhood.
Yeah. Hey, y'all know there's some bumper stickers that say "Go Brandon" there. Do y'all know the premise behind that?
Baby, that has been out.
But y'all know, like a lot of people been having that joint though.
What does that mean?
See, for those that don't know, all right. it's like what was the shot? Somebody was at a Joe Biden was at a interview, and they was like, somebody was at an interview at a NASCAR race. It was a NASCAR race driver. They was like F Joe Biden, but it said like they was like Go Brandon, and then they start making stickers like that. That's crazy.
It's so whack. It's just whack.
Just like the people say they shouldn't have traded Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner is home. I'm glad she free. Everybody knew she wasn't gonna say that 9 years, but we didn't really know. But she was that Russian pedo thing. But you know they cut her hair because they said that her hair was freezing or whatever.
She said her hair was freezing.
Yeah. Why did they re-release that new photo of her doing the basketball?
They cut her hair. Or she think
that's the statement that supposedly she said.
You said what?
She said it was so cold.
Provocative pictures when she get released.
What happened?
You ain't see the Brittany Griner picture?
What picture?
That fake Air Jordan.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Shy, I want to know this though.
She's shooting for, buddy.
For all these people that's been saying free Brittany Griner and the WNBA, are y'all gonna start supporting the WNBA now that she's out?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Are the profits gonna go up? Are y'all gonna start filling them seats? Because I believe that when the WNBA be playing, y'all need to be paying the women the same thing y'all need to be paying the men.
I think
you know what I'm saying? They are professional athletes. They deserve everything that the men deserve.
And that's why she went to Russia to get more money.
Yeah, she goes to Russia, plays.
She about to stay her ass in Virginia. Oh, my bad. I said Virginia.
She plays
United States now.
Right. She plays in Russia during the off season.
I ain't never going to Russia.
Oh, and also there was I forgot the lady's name, but it was also another woman who was released as well. She was a white lady.
Today.
Along with Brittany Griner at the same time. Yeah. She was locked up for I think a few years.
What about that dude
she
Paul?
She said that as
Paul.
Hold on, I'll get to him. This woman who came home, she said that in that penal colony work boot camp, they punish the prisoners by having other prisoners rape them, men and women.
Wow.
Sheesh.
So there's no telling what Brittany Griner went through, and she probably would never tell anybody half the stuff that happened to her over there.
Brittany Griner 7 foot.
They don't like.
She can bench press 250.
Russia does not like black people, and they don't like gay people either. So she had it pretty hard.
Do you think she's gonna do like an interview, like a sit down? Like
Netflix or ESPN
or like
whoever the highest bidder.
Yeah, somebody like that.
I see 20 million. I see it easily.
Now we can talk about the other man that is still over there, Paul Whelan.
Yeah.
He was
espionage.
He was convicted, yes, of spying. So that's totally different. I'm sure he will.
He got caught.
I'm sure he will come home eventually, but we're gonna have to like trade. I don't even know, like a school bus full of people or something like. But yeah, so
but then that dude they traded Brittany for though. He had like 5 more years left on his sentence anyway.
Yeah, he was locked up since 2008. Like.
I got married that year.
Anyway,
15 years.
But yeah,
I thought he had more than that for what he did. That's kind of.
I was getting back in 2008, bro.
Yeah,
that's kind of small.
What's your Instagram?
That's the Shy Report, y'all. It is Shy Love Radio Uncut.
Oh, I thought you forgot it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Don't be looking
oh
me side like that. Shit, don't be looking me side like that. Hey, look, y'all know I got a short fuse. Hey, we gonna see if C-Dot got some charge on his phone so he get this Lions Den report. If not, I'm gonna let him borrow my phone. But regardless,
C-Dot
the Lions Den is coming up 2.0. That's the C-Dot section.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Frenchie, take us out.
C-section.
Hey, look, pull up every Monday at 7 p.m. with Shy Love, B-Sounds, Jamaican Lion, and the albino assassin Cool Mix J. It's the Dinnerplate, yeah, the radio show. And we bring everything to the table. Right here on 101.1 The Fam on Apple Music.